All right, looks like all 4 players are good. Let's go ahead and get them counted down. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Tetris! Thank you. Okay. So here it is. Down at the bottom, we have Matt Martin and K-Poke. And up top, we have Ansel and Daasiann. Matt Martin, I believe, the only other DAS player to make the bracket, King.
He is indeed, according to the stats and everything. And of course, I'm sitting right next to the other player that has done it. And wow, tremendous games by you today, sir. I am very excited to see what's going to happen in this one. We got 3 rollers in the DAS, sir. And, you know, DAS has been showing up today, Sharky.
Yeah, it has. And now Matt Martin, I don't think we got a did Matt Martin make the gold bracket last year?
He did not. He was in the silver bracket and then had an early exit facing a longtime rival Batboy in the first round.
Ah, yes. So Matt Martin, you know, making the gold once again. It's going to be his first time being here on a stage since 2019, where he got top 8.
Yeah, he had that amazing run that captivated the hearts of many, and he defeated legends that were playing. He had to play Harry Hong in the first round, and people were thinking, like, not too many people knew who Matt Martin was at that time, and kind of just chalked it up. Harry's going to win this. Harry's going to win this, and Harry took him out in that first round. And then later on, Matt ended up playing another Matt Bucco, who was here earlier today, and defeated him too, leading into his quarterfinal exit.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting. However, for one of these players, this is their CTWC debut in the upper right. Ansel, a roller. It's going to be his first time playing CTWC. Was able to get 4 maxes in quals, so got a middle 30 seed, which, you know, still, once again, it's insane. That's what 4 maxes gets you.
Oh, indeed it does. And, you know, Ansel's kind of been showing that prowess over the course of a year. Kind of started showcasing a little bit at the Northeast Regional last year, getting his feet wet into rolling. Had been doing it for a few months before that, but not really getting it down to the point where he is today. And funny thing, Sharky, is that when I spoke to him at the Northeast Regional we had back in August in Hartford, he wasn't planning on going to CTWC. He's like, I can't really find a way to get out there. And he's like, I don't think I'm ready for it. And, you know, the king had to kind of put some sense into him and said, no, you got to be there, dude. Is there any other chance you can do it? This is the year to be there. I feel like it's wide open and anyone can win it. And look where he is now.
Yeah, I mean, he rooms with me, so.
So there you go. The greatness is kind of oozing along that way.
Yeah, but right now, 239 for Ansel, 245 for Daasiann, 240 for K-Poke, and Matt Martin at 196.
Another great story here, Sharky, is that you got Daasiann, the winner of the silver bracket last year. You know, had one of those unfortunate qualifiers that just didn't work out, fell into the silver round, and took it all the way home. And according to people in Ohio, Shark, Daasiann's the world champion.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He had an interview with people in his school, and they, you know, said that he was the world champion after winning that.
Oh, yeah, no. So, you know, he's got something to prove now that the matches are going on. 315 for Daasiann, 308 for Ansel on the top, and on the bottom, K-Poke at 310. Matt doing pretty nice stacking here, Sharky, at 223.
Yeah, right now, it is going to have to start to make a comeback. K-Poke with just a phenomenal early on Tetris rate, a little bit over halfway through. And, of course, you know, Matt actually not pushing down as much. Matt, you know, was one of the players that, you know, one of the DAS players that did push down.
He's kind of gone away from that a little bit now just because he wants to get the tempo right. He wants to just get the pace to his liking, and you'll see that quite often. He's kind of just very even keel now, and he'll push down from time to time like you've seen, but for the most part, just he's letting the pieces fall and giving more time to place them.
Yeah, but right now, all players have just been well, misdrop over there for Ansel, but up until that point, all players just had really clean boards. There wasn't really any trouble that anyone had to kind of go through. K-Poke running into a small slowdown here, so Matt's going to be given an opportunity to close the gap by at least 1 Tetris.
I like that hide on K-Poke there, Sharky. It's kind of giving a homage to Mr. Chris Forrest. Whoop! There you go.
Right now, K-Poke finally is able to get Tetris ready. Matt Martin, that left side, a little bit precarious. And definitely not ideal. And as we mentioned, you know, the rest of these 3 players are rollers. Matt Martin has a very severely constricted range.
What'll be interesting to see, Sharky, today is, will Matt maybe do a little grip switching? For those that have followed the scene recently, Matt has dabbled in the rolling. He's been going over a year now with that play style, but he's not feeling comfortable enough in competitive play to really use it, but you never know, Sharky. He might just bust it out.
We could see the grip switch. If I'm not mistaken, Matt I believe, has over 40 lines on 29 utilizing the rolling play style. So definitely, if it comes down to it, maybe if he can pull off a successful grip switch, maybe he might start playing on 29.
Indeed. He's got a formidable roller in K-Poke, who has been really gunning for a good run here. I've been out there tooting his horn all year long, trying to get him back in, and again, now potential big run from K-Poke. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we are about to reach the transition on all boards. K-Poke here looking for an L followed by an I. There's a transition for Matt at 471, transition for K-Poke at 538, transition for Daasiann at 601. Very strong transition here. First game, Ansel has one line to go. And looks like Ansel, Tetris ready. Ansel will transition at 578. So all players here are level 19, level 20 for a couple of them. Here it is, the post-transition.
The fun part of the game has begun now, Sharky. We'll see the rollers, 3 out of the 4 of them, going to look to get the games happening fast. Our friend Matt Martin going to try to keep up with them.
So far, all players are stacking clean. Matt Martin able to knock down another Tetris. JP's dependent. And that left side is very important to try and keep built up, especially if your Daas really scary. So Matt Martin's going to have to take that triple with that eyepiece. Beautiful flat burn there. To be able to get the stack back under control. 644 for Ansel, 719 for Daasiann, 638 for K-Poke, and Matt Martin at 593. Tetris ready as well. And, ooh, this is tough.
Yeah, nearly 100,000 point lead for Daasiann. You can see that stat there, thanks to Nestor Champs, kind of giving you a little over 4 Tetris lead, and Matt also having some struggles here.
Right now, Daasiann having to take some burns. Ansel is clean. He's also a little bit behind. Matt Martin just having to take a couple of burns, just not finding the ideal pieces to get set up for a Tetris. But K-Poke gets set up for a dirty left low Tetris. 811 for K-Poke, 645 for Matt. Another Tetris for K-Poke, almost a 200,000 point lead. Another Tetris for Matt, though. Up top, 799 and now 742. That one dig that Daasiann encountered has given Ansel a chance to kind of close the gap by quite a decent margin here. Another Tetris over there for Matt.
A little bit of a drought kind of was going on Daasiann's side, but that's gone through and gets the Tetris in. 26 on Daasiann's side, 25 on Ansel's with the level here, Sharky. We're getting heated up now.
Yeah, another Tetris over there for K-Poke. Down at the bottom, 906 here for Daasiann. And Ansel is in trouble, managing to get the long bar over, still score Tetris. But the thing is, the stack recovery is going to take some time. And that's time that we are running out of as we head closer and closer to level 29. Long bar dependency is built up there in column 4. Waiting on the long bar, able to get it over. Nice precision, brings the stack down, but still not in any scoring position. And 29 is coming close. Both these players can play on it. It is better to, get a ideal board going into 29 as opposed to, trying to sell your stack for that last Tetris.
Yeah, kind of messy game going on at the top there. Meanwhile, Matt Martin's trying to do everything he can. He's limited to these last 6 lines. And 29 play. Maybe we'll see the grip switch here. This could be interesting. He's down just about 3 Tetrises, and he's running out of room, Shark.
There's the max over there for K-Poke. And if the grip switch happens, it has to happen now. And it looks like he doesn't have enough time. 901 for Matt Martin. It was a solid game, but it's not going to be enough. K-Poke takes game number 1 at 1,048,000. Up top, 1,018,000 for Daasiann. Ansel has gone to level 29, but needs to hit the 5 tap on the eyepiece. Doesn't get the eyepiece soon enough, and is going to top out at 858. Daasiann takes game number 1 with a 1,019,240 point score. All right, we are good. Let's go ahead and get game number 2 for all these players counted down. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Tetris! I like the way that Ansel opened that up. The Z piece overhangs from the right side. I started doing that a lot more just because it just felt weird going for that overhang all the way tucked to the left.
You think he was learning there from like a Stack Rabbit? I know he's making a collaboration. For those that don't know, Ansel is the founder of the Tetris Fish program that kind of collaborates with the Stack Rabbit AI that Greg Boomcannon has programmed, and spent a lot of time studying that, Shark.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. It's like, Stockfish, but for Tetris. So, like what placement was like, rapid if you were like, if it was like a good placement for like a tapper, or if it was like a blunder, like how it would in, or chess. But yeah, Ansel is the founder of that. And definitely, you can see a player. I think Gerald was one of the players. Unfortunately, he's not in attendance this year, but I think Gerald was one of the players that said he like studied Stack Rabbit.
He did, yes. And look at him now, right? Obviously,
yeah.
Someone we would love to see at CTWC at some point. But you got great players going on right now, Shark. We got Daasiann in a slight lead, just about Tetris ahead, 75,000 to Ansel. K-Poke, a slight lead over Matt as well. Nothing too crazy here in the opening, Shark, but that's what you want to see as far as the beginning goes, calming waters before the storm hits.
Yeah, you just want to see players really kind of display their knowledge of stacking and their adaptability, because we've seen all of today, we've seen multiple droughts, and, these droughts have been, game enders in some cases. But looks like the first 40 lines in, and we got quite the game kind of developing here at the bottom. Just very efficient here. Matt's going to have to take a burn there. And,
that was a really nice adjustment, too, from Matt. If you saw that, he kind of saw the L coming, made it a delayed burn, and then set it up to burn out properly. He's rewarded with a Tetris, man. The IQ level of Matt Martin, wow, tremendous at stacking. That's why he stays very competent in competitive here.
Yeah, definitely. And, it's not unreasonable for Matt to, have just an amazing score in comp. I mean, just around a couple months ago, he played Miles in the best of one and was able to get a 1.1 in order to defeat him. And Miles definitely isn't no slouch.
No, definitely not. We'll be seeing him later today in one of the matchups. And, got a little bit of a situation going on to Asian side here, Shark.
Looking for ideal pieces. That is going to be great. Helps burn a triple. Still putting more weight on that right-hand side, and this gives Ansel the opportunity to catch up. The long bar comes, the Tetris can be scored. There it is, Tetris for Ansel. 266 for Ansel, and 247 for Daasiann. K-Poke at 302, Matt Martin at 305. Matt Martin trying to deal with some issues with the stack here. Going to be looking for an L, utilizes the eyepiece instead. Set up for a dirty Tetris, King.
And, he didn't make the adjustment to J. That would have given him that dirty that we were looking for. But going with the safe option, Shark. Nothing wrong with that, honestly.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
For it.
Definitely is better to go with your default placement than make an unsure adjustment. Especially with dash, if you make an unsure adjustment and you mess up your dash charge after, that can easily spiral out of control.
And Matt shows you exactly how to stack the blocks. Did a perfect job there to get that open. 347 for Matt, 397 for K-Poke. About a 50,000 point lead. Meanwhile, Daasiann now at 325 to Ansel 317. That one's a tight one now at the top. So Ansel making sure he's keeping up. He was very far behind in the last game to Daasiann, so certainly don't want to have a repeat of that one. Just got to stay close and then let that 19 play come about and then lead it into the 29.
Yeah, just around 2/3 through, both Ansel and Daasiann having to do some burning before any kind of scoring can be done. Looks like Daasiann will get open first. Tetris ready, down at the bottom. K-Poke starting to take a lead, 488 to now 416. Still, incredible game, even though it seems like Matt Martin has been playing a lot more conservative, it's still 72% Tetris rate.
Glad you pointed that out, Sharky, because that also leads to the K-Poke Tetris. Look at this, 100 lines, 511, 88% Tetris rate. Wow, but he's only got like about a 3 Tetris lead over Matt. That kind of just lets you know that Matt's having a great game too.
Of course. And right now, both players continue. We're looking at a high 500 for Matt and kind of a pretty high 600 for K-Poke, actually.
Yeah, if we can maintain this going, that certainly would be the case, and then put him in the driver's seat that Matt's going to have to hope K-Poke gets slowed down a little bit, give him time to try to catch, because, again, limited to being able to play as far as he could.
Yeah, and it depends, maybe he might be able to get something else if he decides to grip switch. But, grip switching is such a risky strategy to go for, because if you mess up on your grip switch and you're not able to find that pressure for rolling correctly, then you'll just, top out.
Yeah. I feel like grip switching is kind of something that's starting to become a way of the dinosaur. You're not really seeing too many people doing that. They're either going to go just full roll or full tap, and right now, Daasiann's going to have to go full roll to try to get out of this dig here at the top, Shark.
Yeah, right now looking for, oh, that misdrop, not ideal. Gets the eyepiece, fills in the dependency, and oh no, another misdrop. Several misdrops cascading on top of each other. Daasiann's going to top it at 445. Ansel is good for game number 2, tying up the match, tying up the match 1-1. Down at the bottom, 612 for Matt Martin and 674. Make that 698 for K-Poke.
Yeah, K-Poke on solid ground right now. Is ready to run. Wants to have a big run here at CTWC. Wants to prove the world that last year, you know, playing against Eric, got the crowd talking there, Sharky. Got the crowd talking about maybe, you know, if things were a little different. Now he's gotten his wish. You got a line comp, and he knows how to play 29 now.
Yeah. All right, we're going to go ahead. They're both ready, so let's go ahead and count them up top. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And Matt Martin's going to top out at 623. K-Poke is good for game number 2.
Yeah, kind of a tough sequence there. A little bit of a drought you can see there. Not too long of one, but certainly.
Yeah, depending on how high you are on your stack, a drought, even a 14-piece drought, especially with Daas, you don't get that long bar, then you're just done.
Yeah, no, as you saw just right there. So judge is going to make sure everything's gets set. Then we'll get game number 3 over there. Matt's going to try to avoid a sweep. K-Poke going to get into the next round.
Of course, you know, we talked a little bit about K-Poke, and, you know, I remember specifically that K-Poke's efficiency in those 3 games that he played up against Eric was tremendous. I think, you know, 1.2, 1.2, 1.3, and Eric, you know, just was able to chase it down. And if he's able to replicate that same kind of efficiency this year, especially on top of the 29 play, you know, he's not having to worry about his opponent lining out to like level 60 to chase it down. So K-Poke is a real threat. All right, we're good down here at the bottom. Let's go and count them down in 3, 2, 1, Tetris.
Meanwhile, action going on at the top here, Sharky. We got Daasiann out to an early lead, but 0.08 Tetris is right there. I love looking at this Tetris chess, Sharky. It's so fun to kind of just see that, and kind of makes you realize, man, this game is really a lot closer. And then you see the score too, and you're like, yeah, that correlates perfectly.
Yeah. You know, usually we do a lot of, you know, mental math is like, oh yeah, they're about this, about that, but to be able to also see like specifically, it's like, oh, they're 0.08, and then you see it's like, oh, they're separated by a single.
Yeah. Oh, K-Poke's board is kind of sloppy to start here, Shark.
Yeah, it's going to look, oh, hold on. Going to be looking for an eyepiece right there in column 3. Eyepiece is not found. Oh, there it is. Only burns 1 line though, so it was impactful for board health, but not impactful for the score.
Oh my word.
What survival over here from K-Poke. Still not out of it yet. That burns nothing. He was maybe expecting like a delay, generally like a line clear delay. Still trying to survive. And the eyepiece just goes in the middle. K-Poke still trying to survive, and there's a top out at 17,000. Matt Martin avoids the sweep and takes game 3.
Well, there you go, Sharky. It just takes one mistake from the roller to give a Daas player an advantage.
Yeah, and I really think it was that long bar that caused it, because generally, you know, players there know there's the line clear delay. At least for Daas, you wait for the line clear delay so then you would, you know, be able to charge your movement. But it seemed like the line clear delay, since it was absent, it just caused him to be just a couple of frames late into reacting and missing the tuck as a result.
Well, if K-Poke was going to spare 1 game, that was the one right there. He's still up 2-1 on Matt, so Matt has opened the door a little bit to stay alive and force a decider. And while at the top, still action going on right there. Players are tried and true. 252 for Daasiann, 229 for Ansel. Less than a Tetris separating both.
All right, looks like they're good to go down here at the bottom. Let's go and count them down. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Wow, the double J opener.
Oh, they did the Hey Now opener too. Good job, boys. There you go.
Oh, mirrored stacks. Oh, okay.
Yeah, interesting setups for both of them.
Yeah, definitely. It was. I'd say it wasn't necessarily tricky, but the way you had to approach it, you definitely had to be creative on how you place those pieces.
And they certainly were. So no shock there why they're in the gold bracket of this World Championship. Meanwhile, at the top, Daasiann and Ansel still battling it out. They are evened at 1, so this is a crucial game 3 here, Sharky. So we're going to look to try to take the 2-1 advantage.
Yeah, 305 for Ansel, trailing by just under 3 Tetrises, it would seem. And oh, what an adjustment over there for Ansel. That actually allows the conversion of the Tetris.
That was beautiful. What foresight from Ansel to see that.
Yeah, and that's, that's kind of huge. Normally, when players don't necessarily have the same piece sets, they might be able to, get away with, setting up or not doing those adjustments. But when these players are playing on the same piece sets, it's very important that they try and utilize as the Tetris that their opponent does, or else that's how leads get built.
And here we go, Matt. And K-Poke, a little bit of a messy situation. K-Poke's able to solve that right away. Set up for the J to fill in the D dependency. There's a long bar to score. 101 for K-Poke early days. In this one, Matt kind of weathered his own storm, and he'll get the long bar as his reward too. So back and forth they go. Meanwhile, we're over the 100 line marker on the top. We're getting set for transition, Sharky.
Yep, 386 for Ansel, 475 for Daasiann. Has managed to take almost a 100,000 point lead. But of course, we saw in the previous game, the one that Ansel was able to win and tie up the set, was just able to have a better post transition and survive for one. And oh, wow, really tough pieces. 10 lines before transition.
Yeah, it's definitely not a board you want to go into. So the 10 lines allow Ansel to try to figure this out. Now we're down to 6. 417 at 125 lines. 502 for the Asians. You can see the difference there. Nearly 4 Tetrises ahead in the lead. 83,000 when we're looking at the whole score.
And there it is. Transition for Daasiann, 527. Transition for Ansel, 443. Down by now currently 100,000 points. But, oh, nice adjustment there. Biggest thing is that Ansel does have a clean stack, and as we progress, Tetrises do become worth more. So if he can continue to string Tetrises along, maybe can find a couple of gaps in Daasiann's efficiency and try and start making that comeback. Meanwhile, K-Poke out here having a slow down, not able to really find too much success with the current pieces. Matt Martin also having to slow down as well, and decides not to fill in the long bar dependency there.
Yeah, interesting play for him. It was maybe he's got something else in mind, or maybe he just didn't feel comfortable putting it over there.
And there it is. Tetris for Ansel goes up to 526. Daasiann at 635. Knocks down a Tetris, but has a couple of holes that need to be dealt with. Matt Martin, clean board. K-Poke looking for a couple more pieces. And Matt Martin could try and extend the lead here.
Meanwhile, at the top, we got the purple level, 22. Oh, man, what a tuck by Ansel. Man, every time I see that, Sharky, it's like, oh, so aggressive.
Yeah, and this is RNG was being aggressive, denying the long bar there. Ansel did find it, but now just trying to burn it down. Daasiann still not in a position to score. And actually, Ansel has closed the gap by a significant margin, only down by 60,000 points. Level 24, Tetris has become worth 30,000 points apiece.
For just a moment, I need Franklin to please head over to the Tetris area. Franklin, please go to the Tetris area immediately to meet your mom. Franklin.
Well, there may not be a Franklin playing right here, but we've got Daasiann and Ansel going back and forth right now at 631 to 719. Daasiann with the lead. 2.76 Tetrises, and you're looking at the stats from Nestor's Champs. So nearly 3 Tetris lead.
Yeah, right now Ansel looking to try and get Tetris ready. Daasiann is going to open up the wheel. Ansel, Tetris ready now. Down at the bottom, 322 for Matt. Starting to get a little bit uncomfortable. This isn't a Tetris either, so it's just going to have to burn this down. The eyepiece is going to help massively. 770 now for Daasiann. Ansel knocks down a Tetris. 730, hold on a second. Trying to close the gap, and Daasiann is actually ahead in lines. So we could actually be neck and neck.
Yeah, certainly it's going to play a factor. Now it's about 1 1/4 Tetris difference. Ansel looks laser focused right now. It's what you train all year, Shark. You wait for these moments. Crucial gate number 3. All the hours you put in, and there's a Tetris for Ansel as reward. 71,000 points behind. But Shark, these are rollers. We don't end on level 29. We just get started.
Yeah, we're about to get kicked into another gear, a third gear, if you will, and that hang on to the left that could be problematic. And oh, just going to deciding against tucking. There it is, transition level 29, 923 for Daasiann. Ansel gets set up for the Tetris, making a couple of adjustments. holding out for the long bar. There's one looking for another, and going for, wow, what a adjustment. That fixed up board health. Both players now on 29, 887 for Ansel, 932 for Daasiann. Still trying to survive down at the bottom, 495 for K-Poke, 472 for Matt Martin. Incredibly close, but Daasiann having trouble with that left, looking for an eyepiece, can't get it over. Daasiann tops out at 945, but Ansel tops out at 894. Daasiann takes game number 3.
Oh man, you saw it on Ansel's face. He couldn't believe it. Both of them having that struggle on level 30. Both kind of just not being able to get those 5 taps to the left, and there it is, the finish. And right now, we're ready to get to another finish here as we're on the 19 speeds, level 21 for K-Poke. A 68,000 point lead over Matt.
Right now, this is Matt. Oh no, that misdrop. Going for the flat eye placement. Could work out nice, able to get the O-piece over. And that might be fatal. Whoa, the J-spin right there. Trying to keep things alive for a little bit longer, but it's not going to be any avail. Matt tops out at 517. K-Poke is good for game number 4 and advances to the next round.
GG's to both there. Matt Martin, so good to see him again. Sharky in the gold bracket. Keeping Daas alive and making sure that it can still play at the highest of levels. But the youth of the game here, K-Poke, he's on it. He's on it, Sharky. He's here to prove that he can play and do a big run here.
All right, looks like they are ready to go. Let's go ahead and count them down. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So do you know a Franklin?
Hopefully he found his mom. That's all I'll say. 'Cause I don't know if anybody's going to offer him a ride later at home.
Yeah, that caught me so off guard.
I think I caught many people off guard, but we just hope that Franklin, you have found mom, and we'll get home safe.
And
but make sure to watch the action here on Twitch. We got all the channels running here, Sharky. We got CT1, CT2, CT3, all the action still to come. We're finishing up our round 0. This is the last round 0 game going on, or match today. We could see a second game, right? We could see a game number 5 if Ansel can come through.
Yeah, it's just going to have to, take this game. A couple of misdrops early on from the Daasiann did allow Ansel to build a small lead, but, the goings just got started here. And great pieces over there for Ansel, able to film that long bar dependency that was built.
See players here, Sharky, laser focused on this very important pivotal game number 4. Daasiann would love to just get out of this round and look to the next opponent, and the round 1's coming up later today. Ansel would love to keep it going, get one more shot, and prove why he does belong here in Portland.
Yeah, I mean, already making the bracket was one step there, but now you have a chance to advance in the bracket, and that chance has to start here at game number 4, has to win it, and that's the only way to, bring it game 5. And we've seen, a couple deciders happen today, at least a lot on CT1, actually.
Yeah, as the matches continue, Shark, and we start getting into the deeper rounds, you're going to start seeing matches go to game 4, game 5, because they equally match players, regardless of the seeding, right? Seeding is just important for bracket play, but at the end of the day, the strength of the opponent tells a whole different story.
Yeah, I think that, nowadays, the seeding is more of like a formality just because of how strong each player is individually. And it's just like your seeding is like, oh, do I get to play up against Dog or do I have to play up against someone like K-Poke?
Right.
Which, anyone can lose to anyone.
It's true. K-Poke had recently played in a CTL match this season against Andy and actually took the first game off of him, crushed him, and looked like, okay, I'm serious now. And then Andy wasn't taking him any lighter than that. He's like, okay, I'm bringing it now. And he ended up taking the sweep after that.
Speaking about bringing things on right now, Ansel with over 100,000 point lead. Just really strong play over here. Daasiann being forced to do just a lot of tedious maintenance burns. And 1 to 2 lines doesn't sound a lot, but when you're constantly having to do 1 to 2 lines over the course of 20 lines, that's almost 100,000 points worth of scoring potential you just gave your opponent.
Oh, without question. And right now, Ansel has the lead in the moment. He's got close to 6 Tetris lead. Daasiann having a tough start in this one. Down 157 points. We're going to Tetris there to go to 134 behind in the score line. But if you're Ansel, this is the opportunity, right, Sharky? You got to take advantage. Unfortunately, a little bit of misrotation with that LP is going to hold him up.
Yeah, but Daasiann's Fortunately for Ansel, Daasiann wasn't in a position to capitalize. So looks like Ansel's going to be fine. Daasiann able to find the long bar there, knocks down the Tetris, closing the gap slowly, but has something developing sort of in the off center on over to the right-hand side. Potentially going to try and get set up for a Tetris. If the long bar does come, it could have been a perfect well transfer. Long bar just took way too long. This column 8's being maintained. There it is. Tetris scored. A 5 Tetris lead for Ansel King.
That's what I'm talking about, Sharky. This guy, he wants to cook now. He started proving it this past year at the Northeast region in Hartford. He and Cole were putting up big max outs all day long, and he is here now. It's like, I don't know if I can come out there, King. I don't know if I'm good enough. I told him, the only way you know is you got to be there. And he's already made the goal. We already said it, Sharky. He's already proven that he can play with the best. He's made the bracket, and here he is trying to force a decider.
Yeah, and a couple of nice placements over there for the Asian, maintaining efficiency. That was not as nice. Misdrop is generally never nice. And this is actually going to cause the Asian to take more burns. And Ansel is just in prime position to capitalize. Going to respect RNG, though. Small little drought. And that's, that's an important skill that, players have to develop, is you have to learn when to go for it and when to respect it.
Indeed. Coming up close to the transition, Sharky, we're getting to that wonderful color of 19. About 17 lines away now, 16 lines away for the Asian, 15 lines away for Ansel. Ansel still maintaining this nice, strong lead, 6.5 Tetris lead, 155,000 points in his favor. That's the place you want to be right now.
Yeah, not going to be able to get a 600K transition, but could get just under. But either way, this is the time we ask the question is, like, do we see a Game 5? And how's the pathway to a potential Game 5? Whoa, what an adjustment.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Phenomenal adjustments over there for Ansel. Knocks down a Tetris, set up for another, and gets all 3 of those last Tetrises in the last 10 lines. 584 transition over there for Ansel. And Daasiann looking for one more, finds it. Going to transition at 430. So both players made it to level 19 safely. Daasiann a little bit bruised and battered, but still has a chance to make the comeback here and conclude this match.
I think after seeing all those adjustments from Ansel there, people started Googling Tetris fish to find out what is he doing. How does he do it?
Yeah, unfortunately. Oh, that's going to actually work out perfectly. Would love an L piece, L or I. There's the L. Daasiann now starting to kind of build a little bit momentum. Closing the gap, down by now only 5 Tetrises. Ansel does have the board back under control.
Yeah, key for Ansel there was just to maintain the board. He still has that good lead, which allows him to, when he has these slowdowns, to just calm down, relax, burn it out, get the board state back in order, not fumble it up, because you do not want to give it away and have Daasiann have all the time in the world to chase it down.
Yeah, Daasiann with a couple of misdrops, so all that work that he put in to try and bring this game closer, essentially, is going to be kind of neutralized by the fact that now he has to try and burn this out.
Nice little dirty Tetris for Ansel up on row 3.
And with
A little more than 5.5 Tetris lead for him, Shark.
Yeah, with that, Ansel gets clean, just beautiful contours of the board here. Another Tetris is scored, 746.
Ooh,
Another Tetris for Ansel.
Yeah, a little misrotation there for Daasiann, but it works out. And it's nice solve to get that going. But now nearly 6 Tetrises behind at this point, Sharky.
Yeah, Ansel once again was able to rebuild that lead that he had at the transition. Nice adjustment, gets Tetris ready, and there it is. Tetris for Ansel, 811 to now 592. Daasiann just holding out for this long bar. Finally, he's able to find one. Both players scored Tetris 842 to now 626. This is Ansel. This is a game you want to have. You want one more chance to advance. Daasiann's not giving up. Ansel with a double J dependency does get the eyepiece. Lovely. Tetris ready now. Both players are. Level 25. Tetris for Ansel goes up to 880. Daasiann at 663. We're getting close to level 29. Ansel with 912, King.
He's really pushing the envelope now. He wants to hammer this home. He's not slowing down. You saw that he was getting a little aggressive with some of the play. He wasn't taking those burns. He didn't want to waste lines. He wants points. He wants big points here, Sharky.
Yeah, and you can see some of the adjustments that he's starting to do are more tailored towards board safety as opposed to a level ago where we're seeing a very aggressive placements. 985, a 250,000 point lead over here for Ansel.
And we're on level 27 here. Super focused are both. Now we go to 28. We're getting close to the 29 change over here, Sharky. 192,000 points, and there's some more. We go to level 29 on Ansel's side.
Oh no, but a couple of hangs. And Ansel tops out at 1,036,000, just couldn't find a groove, but right now, Daasiann needs to get in the groove. Down, and the board is clean. There's one Tetris, looking for another. There's another. 891 needs 1,037,000. Has 9 levels to get that score. A small misdrop. Eyepiece makes it over to the right, able to bring it back down. 3 Tetrises and a little change is what Daasiann would need. Daasiann, no, not gonna get set up. Just gonna respect the level change, respect the thrill screen, as some like to call it. 915, almost down by 100,000 points. And the crowd is just silent as we all focus here.
Yeah, he's gonna take his time here, Shark. No need to rush, you know, gonna make sure every single piece is going to go where it needs to go. Not going to fool around, and then about 2.5 Tetrises away. But on these speeds and these levels that they increase, the point value go up. He's in a good spot here.
Yeah, at this point, you know, each line is worth, you know, over 1,000 points. And we might, no, just going to continue to line this out. 87,000 points remain.
Yeah, he's about 2 Tetrises behind now. And remember, Sharky, we haven't seen yet, have we, the 39 in play?
No, we have not. And, no, that's going to be a triple. That's going to close it by a lot. We are at level 35. And all Ansel can sit and do is just watch. Things are getting a little bit complicated. 1 Tetris and a little change remain. There's a triple. Level 36, Daasiann has officially crossed the 1 million point mark. Ansel's tournament life relies on Daasiann not completing this chase down. Things getting slightly complicated, but no, it looks like it's gonna be fine. 13,000 points remain. Oh wait, hold on.
We got we got time here. 8 lines left to go before we see that.
One
39.
more. There it is. Daasiann with the chase down. Let's see if we can see level 39. So you guys can see what we're working with here. No bar. I guess we're, oh wait, there it is.
And there is the 39 super kill screen. You just saw it right there. Daasiann showing you. Wow, Sharky, that was very methodical by Daasiann. Well done by the silver champion.
Very impressive mental fortitude. Because lining that out for 100 lines, you know, trying to resist the urge is like, okay, maybe I could go for a Tetris here. The pieces allow it. But, you know, each time he would potentially build up, that's the risk for a misdrop. And things on 29 could cascade out of control so rapidly.
And it was very interesting to see when we were looking at that the rate that you're looking at, the runway and all that information, the Tetrises that he needed, didn't need to get a Tetris. We saw it line out, line out, line out, kind of old school CTWC strats. But there was a finite amount, had to make sure to get it done, and was threading the needle there just a little bit, but Daasiann knew well enough.
Yeah, those triples definitely helped. If he didn't get those triples, then he would have had to settle for a Tetris going into that 39 mark. Hello everyone, I'm your favorite underwater host Sharky, and I want to say thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the matches, then be sure to leave a like. Comment down what was your favorite moment. And of course, if you want to follow the CTWC 2023 tournament and the CTWC 2024 World Tour whenever that stuff gets started, then you definitely want to subscribe and of course turn on those notifications. Because there is going to be a little bit of a schedule change with how these videos are going to be uploaded, so definitely having those notifications on will help. That being said, I'm going to keep things real short and sweet. We do have one thing I'd like to talk about with this match in particular, and of course we do have a message from one of our sponsors. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about it. Double kill screen. It finally happened, or well, it's actually called the super kill screen. But
it finally happened. Daasiann lined out all the way to basically get super kill screen there. And it was very important that Daasiann scored as many triples as he did. Now, obviously, Tetrises is the name of the game. It's the way to score Tetrises. But when you're talking about on level 29 speeds, where setting up for a Tetris and not getting the long bar could cost you an entire game, heck, an entire match, Daasiann's methodical approach to getting triples and not playing too aggressive was just enough to where he didn't have to set up for one on 28 or 38, where there would have been immense amounts of pressure. And of course, it finally happened. The super kill screen that we've been hyped all about. It happened for the first time here in round 0, and you're definitely going to see it a lot more as we progress through the tournament. With that being said, we're going to have a word from our sponsor, and I'll let you guys get on out of here. CTWC 2023 is brought to you by My Arcade. My Arcade has partnered with the Tetris Company to bring 4 new handheld consoles to the market. This new collection features vibrant, high-resolution Tetris gameplay, originally composed music, and 15 exciting levels to keep you entertained for hours. The Tetris Micro Player Pro, Tetris Pocket Player Pro, Tetris Go Gamer, and Tetris Gamer V are available now at GameStop.com.